gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only live stream on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. That's you. My name is D, and today I'm answering your mobile creator and mobile YouTuber questions. If you do have a question, please head down to the description. I've got a link down there. Tap on that link. The form's going to pop up. Drop your question in that form to make sure that I'm going to see what you have to say, because as the chat starts spinning, it's going to be hard to see your questions. Wow, chat's filling up pretty fast. How's everybody doing? Before we get into all this stuff, I want to say today's show is brought to you by TubeBuddy, the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. I know you already have TubeBuddy because you follow my channel and you probably follow all the other great YouTube teachers on the internet and YouTube. And if you don't, link down below for that as well. You need TubeBuddy. It's going to help you get your titles together. It's going to help you find the right keywords and all that good stuff. So link down below for that. And today's live stream, I almost said video. Today's live stream is also brought to you by Video Leap. If you're an iOS user, iPhone, or iPad, and you want the best free video editing app, think iMovie on steroids. Link down below to that as well. We're kicking the stream off right. Windows XP.
Welcome to the Niminati.
Thank you for becoming a channel member. Now, we had on Friday night, we had our first members only live stream. We had a really good time. We had basically, I was really digging into channels, trying to find ways that people could get more views and how they could get focused on the platform. So as a channel member, keep an eye on my community tab. As I post there, you should get a notification when I do member live streams or if I add assets. I'm working on end screens, free end screens for you guys and stuff like that. So how's it going? Samuel J. Moe, Freedom Stacker, how you doing? Costume Co. How's it going? John, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you in here. Congratulations on your 13,000. I hope it's 13,000 milestone. It's hard to keep track of everybody. Tim Yancey, how you doing? Cosmic W, how you doing? Jaden Gaming. Oh, we've got another one.
Welcome to the Niminati.
The Creative Modeler HO. All the stuff I said before, keep an eye on my community tab. I'll let you know when we do member live streams. I'll dig into your channel. Samuel can vouch. Samuel, was that a good members live stream? Freedom Stacker, what do you guys think? Hey, Jason James, do you guys think, did you have a good time during the members only live stream? If you guys did, Samuel, Freedom Stacker, let him know. Let him know if you think we had a good time there. Your average Canadian, how you doing? Nice to see you in there. Brown-eyed trucker, how you doing? Nice to see you.
Superchat.
Ghost Dog 54, thank you, brother. Hey, D, thanks for everything, what you have shown us and what you will continue to bring us in 2020. That's what I'm talking about, Ghost Dog. I appreciate you, man. A lot of exciting things planned for 2020. Here's the weird thing. I'm kind of in a, okay, so you guys know if you're just getting started on the platform, or maybe you're at a certain level, especially if you're in a tech channel or something like that, you're thinking, okay, I'm trying to get this gear, I'm trying to get all this stuff. I hit the point right around 55, 60,000 subscribers. Every mobile company that has gear is like, review our product, review our product, review our product. I'm actually having to turn some down. So hopefully, if things work out right, I have a bunch of companies who are wanting me to do giveaways of their products, giveaway codes with their apps. So I'm in communication with some of these companies trying to get some good stuff for you guys. So hopefully 2020, you guys are going to get some free gear. I have a couple of gimbal companies wanting to give stuff away, some lens companies, some video editing apps, all kinds of good stuff. So fingers crossed. That's going to work out for you guys. Paul Peck Drywall, how's it going, brother? He says, yeah, that was awesome. Paul, man, thanks for coming by. And you better have those pinned by now, Paul. The Artist Haven, how you doing at work? Hope you don't get fired. Making money and listening at the same time. Oh, man. So how was your week? It's Sunday. Well, it's Sunday morning where you are. How was your week, everybody? Hey, Brandon Walters, how you doing? Josh and Melton, how you doing? Keep on growing with Mike Van Doozy. Mike, I almost didn't catch you there. How you doing, Mike? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you were doing well. King Batman 101. So listen, if you guys have questions, because I know notifications are rolling out, some of you are just coming in. Maybe it's your first time joining me on this live stream. If it is, type in new in the chat right now. Hey, Lil Heartland. If this is your first time here, type in new. If it's not your first time here and you do have a question, head down to the description. I'm going to link to, you know what? I'm just going to put it in here. I'm going to drop it into the chat. Can I drop it into the chat? Yeah, hold on. I'm going to drop this in here right now. This says first come, first serve. So if you wait too long to ask your question, then it's probably not going to get answered. So I'm dropping it into the chat right now. And I'm just going to jump right in here because these are starting to pile up. Okay, first question comes from Wally5. Your channel goal is more views and subscribers. You're a gaming channel. Okay. Question is, can you get in trouble for responding? Okay, can you get in trouble not for posting or asking, but responding to sub for sub comments? For example, someone says they will subscribe to you if you will leave a like and then you do it. Okay, so if you respond to someone who is leaving a sub for sub comment, you are not the one actually leaving the comment. Now, what they are doing, they're spamming your comments, right? They're just going around, they're copying and paste, copy, paste. Let's, new YouTuber here, let's grow together, right? New YouTuber, let's grow together. Okay, well, actually, we have a bunch of new YouTubers in the chat right now. So welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you're a mobile content creator. If not, that's cool. I still got you. We still do the YouTube thing. We still do the creator thing. Okay, so since you didn't, hey, Zortech, how you doing, man? Since you didn't post a comment, you're not the one spamming. And the way sub for subbers get in trouble is if you leave a sub for sub comment on my channel, as a creator, I have the choice to delete it or report it as spam, or I can hide you from the channel, right? If it's a blatant sub for sub and they're just copying and pasting across my videos, I report them to YouTube. What happens is, and we don't know the exact number, they haven't released this information, but we do know that when you get enough reports for spam, YouTube will terminate your account. That's a fact. How many of you have heard of the purge, the YouTube purge? I know a lot of you hear of the purge, and that's when you lose subscribers. You go to sleep, you wake up, and whoa, I just lost 10, 20, 100, 1,000, depending on the size of your channel. The purge happens. They delete spam accounts. They delete inactive accounts. Spam accounts, sub for subbers, right? When those things get wiped away and they go bye-bye off your channel, a lot of them are sub for subbers. So you don't want to be part of that. Sweeney Dunstan, how you doing, man? The Purge, the movie. Yeah, that's kind of what it is, right? It's kind of for a brief period of time, YouTube runs across the entire platform and just yeets every sub for subber that's been reported and all the inactive channel. Yes, that is, Heidi. That is a movie. I think I got like 12 of them now or something. I think the first 2 were pretty good. After that, it just kind of fell apart. Hey, Blue Eyed Tech, how you doing, man? Glucones and Roses, how you doing? Yeah, you know, that's a shame. Stacy Morgan, how you doing, man? So, yeah, people love to just go copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Sub for sub, or hey, hug me, I'll hug you back, I'm fast, or subscribe to my channel, I'll give you 2 likes and 4 subs right back, I'm fast. They write all kinds of nonsense. Like, just avoid that stuff. You don't want that. You don't want that crap anyway, because they don't equal views, right? They're just chasing subscriber numbers. They're not actually going to watch your video. Even if they say they're going to watch your video, they're not. They're going to tap on it, and it's going to play for a second just so you get that view number, and then they're going to quit watching, and then it tells YouTube that they're not interested in your video, kills your audience retention. They stop suggesting your video out to other people. So you are decimating your channel. If you are doing sub for sub, you are murdering your channel, and you don't even realize it. So stop doing that. Stop it. Knock it off. We ain't doing that around here. All right. Next question comes from Top 10. Oh, back up for a second. Responding to those? No. I respond to them too. Like every now and then, if I'm in a good mood, I'll explain to them why they shouldn't be doing sub for sub. 95% of the time reported, but that 5%, I'll explain to them and give them a chance. So I respond to. All right, so Top 10. How do I get more views, and please promote my channel? Oh my God. How do you get more views? Okay, man. You get more views by making better content. You get more views by making videos that people want to see. That means you have to learn the art of creating good titles. Now, when creating good titles, this is something that TubeBuddy is great for. When creating good titles, you can either make a title that is great for search. YouTube's second largest search engine in the world, I believe. People go to YouTube, they look for things. How do I do this? How do I do that? Right? So if you make a title for search, that means you're crafting it in a way where people are going to go to YouTube and write it out that way, right? That's one way. And that works really well with how-to content, tutorials, and that sort of thing. The other way is make a very alluring title, something that's going to make people go, oh, wow, that sounds really, that sounds amazing. Mr. Beast, for example, he's great at this, right? He makes titles that make you want to watch. I gave my credit card to random people at the mall. Watch what happens, right? They're intriguing titles. So you're going to have to figure out the own title thing based on the type of content that you make. So that's the first thing you got to do. Second thing you have to do is you have to learn how to make great thumbnails. If your thumbnails suck, if your thumbnails break down, nothing else is going to matter. It's all going to fall apart. Third thing you got to do is you're going to learn how to make good videos. Now, all these things are just skills that you got to learn how to do if you don't know how to do them yet. If you're just new and you're like, I'm just making videos and I'm putting them up, I think my stuff's pretty good, and you're not getting any traction, it's probably not as good as you think. That's why you need to learn how to use your analytics. Your analytics are not going to lie. So dig into that, spend some time to learn how to read your analytics, and just keep building the skills up. You'll get there. I know that was all kind of gloom and doom, but in reality, like everything else, how do you learn how to run faster? How do you learn how to run a marathon, a 5K? How did you learn how to swim? How did you learn how to speak a second language? How did you become an artist, right? Practice. Roger Wakefield, how's it going, brother? Nice to see you in here. Neil, how you doing? Regina Show, how are you doing? What happened, Neil? You wanted to pop in and say, hey, but not in a bright place right now, to apologize for missing me. I'll be back. Okay, Neil, I'm not sure what's going on, man, but keep your head up, brother. Hope you are doing well. And you ask if I can promote your channel. No, I cannot promote your channel. That's not what I do. Even if you paid me, I would not promote your channel. That ain't what I'm about. All right, next question. The Cowboy Kid. And by the way, that's not how you get, you don't ask people to promote your channel. That's just not how you grow. You grow by making videos that are valuable, videos that people want to watch, and you do them well. That's how you grow. And if you're not growing, it's because you haven't mastered that skill yet. Next question, the Cowboy Kid. On an iPhone, woo! Is iMovie good to edit with? Yes, iMovie is good to edit with, but I will tell you this right here that's on the screen, Video Leap for iPhone, it's even better. The free version works totally fine. They do have some premium features if you want to add more transitions, you want to add more effects. Not necessary. You can download this for free. It's like iMovie on steroids. It's really, really good. Now, iMovie works too. It's very, very basic. So if you find that Video Leap is a little too much for you, I mean, it's actually really easy. But if you find that it's too much and you need the most basic editor possible, that would be iMovie. If you want to take it up to the next level, then that would be Video Leap in terms of free apps. And that's linked down in the description below as well. Miriam Harvard asked the next question. You're in entertainment, unboxings, hauls, weight loss, mukbangs, and fashion. Okay. My analytics incorrectly say that 100% of my visitors are female, but there are many men who are subscribers and visitors. Quite a number regularly and comment. Why the inaccuracy and how to fix it? Okay, so I actually have this from time to time myself. Every now and then I'll look in on my analytics. Where are we at here? Every now and then I'll look in on my analytics, and it will have, 100% male or 100% female. If it's this way all the time and you are sure, you're like, all right, I'm sure I have a good amount of males who are engaging in my channel, and you're sure that they've marked their accounts as male and they're not using their wife's account or something like that, I would reach out to YouTube on Twitter, Team YouTube. I'm going to actually put their account right here into the chat. 1 second. It's at Team YouTube. So I'm dropping that into the chat right now. That's how you reach them on Twitter. They're pretty active. They get to most everybody. You might get a canned response from them, something very something very generic, but just keep hitting them up. Just keep going, right? Be kind, be polite, explain your problem in detail, and then maybe they can tell you why. It's probably just an error on their end if you're 100% sure that you have a good amount of male viewers. And I'm just telling you right here, entertainment, unboxings, hauls, weight loss, mukbangs, and fashion. Just little tidbit here. You might be growing great, But if you're thinking, hey, how could I grow a little bit faster? You could grow a little bit faster by focusing more on some of those things. Like if you find that unboxings or hauls or weight loss or mukbangs, if you find that one of them or two or three of them bring more views than the others, then I would stop doing the things that don't bring you views and then focus more on the type of content that actually will bring you views, because that's a wide range right there. And a lot of times those variety type of channels, they grow a lot slower because of that reason. You're segmenting your audience. Some people come for mukbangs, some people come for fashion, some people come for unboxings, and it will slow your growth in most situations. Next question, the Artist Haven. Nice to see you in here, listening from work. No question today, but I did want to stop by and thank you for all your help. Your membership live has saved me, or your memberships live has helped me out and inspired me greatly. Oh, man, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I'm glad you got value out of it. That's the whole idea, you know. I want you guys to get value out of what we're doing here, and I think I just saw another one come in. Daniel Patel, what's going on, brother?
Welcome to the Niminati.
All right, we have a new channel member. How are you doing? Nice to see you in here. Hold on here, I just lost you. Okay, Haley, so on my community feed, you should get notified when I do an update there, but keep an eye on my community feed. I'll let you know about live streams or anything that I'm going to add, like end screens for your videos or lower thirds, subscribe buttons, and that sort of thing. So thank you so much for joining the Niminati. And by the way, I just think it's so cool that you and your dad are both doing YouTube. Like, how cool is that? How absolutely cool is that? Family thing. I can appreciate that. Yeah, and once again, Dan, you're absolutely right. We're going to congratulate Paul once again on 80,000 subscribers. That's huge. And Roger Wakefield, congratulations once again on 25,000 subscribers. You guys are crushing it, man. Outdoors with Eric, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Levi Heaton, I'm going to grab one out of the chat real quick just because it caught my eye. It says, hey, bro, Google Ads take so long to learn. Is it best to just promote one video for a long time rather than promoting the newest video? Because the time Google Ad learns, I have 2 more videos. Here's the thing, man. If you want to understand Google Ads and you want to learn the best way to get the most out of Google Ads, if you're not maximizing it, you're kind of throwing money out, right? You're just like tossing it around and you're hoping that it works. So if you're buying ads, put the work in, right? Take a weekend, take a week, whatever you got, however long it takes. Study it. Study Google Ads. Figure out how to do it. Watch videos, watch tutorials. Go follow Roberto Blake. Roberto Blake probably has videos on this. If he doesn't, tweet him and say, hey, Roberto, can you make a video about how to do Google Ads? Like, you need to learn how to do this if this is what you want to do. If you're saying, yeah, it takes so long to learn. All this stuff takes a long time to learn, right? But learn it. Put the work in and learn it, because once you do, you're going to be that much better. And once you figure out the ins and outs of it, you'll be able to really tweak it and make it worth the money that you're going to spend on doing it. 30-day reviews, how you doing? Nice to see you in here, Justin. Yeah, studying is the way. You got to put in the work. You have to put in the work. You have to every single time. You're not going to get anywhere with anything, right? You're not going to get anywhere with anything. Learning a second language, learning a trade, learning how to run a marathon, learning how to code, learning how to build a website, learning how to be a YouTuber, learning how to be a better editor. You got to put in the work. I know it nobody wants to put in the work, but you have to. Getting in shape, losing weight, all that stuff. Got to put in the work. Okay, next question from James86. Says, why did you want to start a YouTube channel? That's a great question. Okay, short story. My brother Nick was on YouTube, and after a while, he was just telling me about all the people he was meeting and the fun he was having, and it just sounded like a really exciting thing. Prior to that, I just looked at YouTube as just a place where people put videos. I had no concept of the opportunity available. I had no concept of the YouTube community. I had no concept of meeting other people who are into the same stuff that you're into. I didn't think of YouTube as a place where you would meet people. I just thought, okay, you just toss up some videos and people watch them, and that's the end of that. So Nick was having a great time, and I ended up getting into it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. It's been an amazing journey so far. Mike Van Doozy, thank you, brother. And yeah, if you guys are having a good time, if you're enjoying yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out on your favorite social media platform. Be sure to @ me so I can come in and retweet it or like it and all that good stuff. I do like it when you guys take selfies while you're watching. I know Roger Wakefield is pretty much the king of that. Roger and John from You Do It, you guys are the absolute kings of the selfies. I love that. I love to retweet those. Oh, got another one.
Welcome to the Niminati.
Cosmic W, thank you so much. Welcome to the Niminati. Once again, keep an eye on my community feed. That's where all the goodies are going to be, and I do appreciate you. Matt, how you doing, man? The bargain reviewer, RPM Nexus. Hope you were doing well, sir. Save the animals. I hope you're saving the animals. Rock Climbing Grandma says, never would I have ever thought that I could become a filmer, editor, and producer of my little videos. This is an amazing time, and I've aged into. Yeah, you know, Samuel, it's hard to take a selfie while I'm on a phone. There's no excuse, Samuel. Figure it out. Make it happen. Figure it out. Oh. Stacy Morgan. Yeah, I love retweeting. Like when people, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you're going to do this. I love retweeting these. I just think it's fun because someday I'm going to come back and I'm going to look at all this stuff. Like maybe one day I'm going to be like, you know, you have those days where you're just like, why am I doing this? Should I continue? Everybody self-doubts themselves, right? At some point or another, everybody has those moments where you're just like, why am I even doing this? I go back and I look at all of these things. You know, when you're doing this, it'd help if I could turn my camera around. When you're doing this, right, taking the selfie with the screen in the background and stuff like that, that reminds me why I'm doing this. You know, if ever I have those days of doubt where I'm like, does this even matter? Right? I go back and I look at those pictures. I actually download a lot of them too. And I look at that stuff. It's great motivation. So thank you. Thank you. Much love. Hey, 88 Trips, how you doing? Sorry to miss the show. I'm at work. It's okay. It's all good. Aloha, brother. Next question. Trade904_T3, username of the week. How do I tag? How do I tag and how to get more sub? Not sure what you mean by how to tag. Maybe you're asking how do you add keywords and how to get more subs. Okay, you get more subs by being as valuable as possible, by making great videos, by making content that people want to see more of, right? Content that people want to see more of. If you're making videos and you're finding that people are not subscribing that much, two things you need to do. Number one, you need to make sure to ask them to subscribe. Tell them what they're going to get if they subscribe. For example, one of the things that I do, I'll usually say it towards the end. Let's say I do a video editing app video, right? How to edit on Video Leap. I might say at the end of the video, if you want to learn more about video editing on your smartphone, hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos, right? I tell them what they're going to get if they subscribe. So that's one thing you need to do. You can also put a little lower third or an image on the screen, something like, do I even have this on here? Something like this on your screen that reminds them to subscribe. Let's see if I can do this right. Right? Something like that. You can add that to your screen, right? But the key is, if people aren't subscribing, it means you're not connecting with them. You have to learn how to connect your audience, and that starts with knowing who's watching your videos. You have to understand what they want as a viewer. And when you give that to them consistently, you're going to find that people subscribe. Hey, Tube Techie, how you doing, man? Rock Climbing Grandma says, yes, I want to try that one. So this one, I'll do that again. So this one was real interesting. I tested that one. That was a full screen. and it had the wood background, right? I tested that on some videos, and then I tested it without the wood background, and I shrunk the little subscribe button down and I moved it down so I'm still in the picture, and I don't even say anything when that comes on usually. I just play it on the background, and I find that for my audience, that seems to work better. I mean, it's not like gangbusters better, but, you know, it moves the needle just a little bit. Whoa! And there... What just happened there? Man, I didn't even do anything. The camera's just like, nope, I'm out. I'm done. All right, next question. Oh, I'm sorry. In how to tag. How to tag, so you need to learn about adding keywords. I'm guessing you're thinking the tags on, like the TubeBuddy tags, the YouTube tags. Here's what I want you to understand. Tags are not going to move the needle for you. A lot of people have this idea. Hey, John Pullum, how you doing? A lot of people have these ideas where they think, I'm adding all the tags. Why am I not growing? I picked the best tags. Why am I not growing? It doesn't work that way. In fact, tags are probably the least important of anything that you're doing right now. Tags are more for adding clarity, right? Misspells, different ways of saying your title. So every single one of my titles, however long that title is, that entire phrase, that entire title is my first tag. And then additional tags are other variations of that. So let's say if it's how to edit on an iPhone, that's my first tag. So I might have additional tags that say iPhone editing, editing on an iPhone, how to edit on iPhone, how to edit on iPhone 11, how to edit on iOS, right? So I kind of build this cluster of tags together that add more clarity to my video, because all you're really doing here between your title and your description and those tags, you're giving YouTube as much clarity as possible so they understand what your video is about. When YouTube understands what your video is about, what just happened here? I froze, you guys. Be right back. How weird. All right, guys, hang in there. I'm having a technical issue. My camera just went bonkers here. 1 second. Can you hear me? You can probably hear me, so sit tight, guys. What in the heck is going on here? Hold on, guys. Oh, this is terrible. You hear me? Okay, hang in here. What just happened? Live happens, ladies and gentlemen. Live happens. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. Frozen D, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Hang in here with me, ladies and gentlemen. I am working Sparker Cam video. Let's see what I got. Change the source here. That doesn't work. Wow, I'm like completely frozen. All right, guys, hang on. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to lose 25% of your live stream. So this is a weird thing. So my camera, remember, it just went out of focus and it went all crazy. It was just flashing this error signal on it. Never had that happen before. And hey, Adam's exploit. Never had that happen before. So I had to like unplug it, pull the battery out. That's kind of weird. So anyway, back to tags. right? Just think about clarity, because YouTube needs clarity so they can tell. You need to tell YouTube about what your video is about, title, description, tags, so they understand who to put your video in front of. If they put it in front of the wrong audience, they're not going to tap or click on your thumbnail, which means they're not going to watch your video. They put it in front of the right. Oh no, there it goes again. All right, guys, we're having problems here. We are having. Oh no. I do apologize. Hang tight. Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, so we're doing a little makeshift here. Are we good? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me all right? So I just transferred everything over on my phone right now. So I'm using, there I am. So I'm using the NDI on my iPhone. So yes, you are good. Okay, man, this thing is there. All right, guys, so here's what we need to do. Give me just another minute. I need to get things set up just a little better on this phone and put it on a little tripod, and we're just going to keep rolling with this. We're not going to stop. So let me get my phone situated here on a tripod, and then we're gonna keep on trucking, because that's what we do. All right, so sit tight, and let me fix this. Oop, and All right. Are we good? Wow, this is kind of weird. I didn't have any room to do this. Are we good? We good? Thumbs up. We're gonna keep on rolling. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna run this until my battery dies. So I wasn't planning this at all. So once my battery dies, this is gonna be up. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. First of all, thank you for those of you who hung out. I know you know, live happens, right? Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. So even if you're not a mobile creator, it's good to know how to do things like this with your phone, because, and I do apologize for the color shifting. I didn't have time to lock everything in. I'm running everything on auto right now. So we might have some focus shifts and all that stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm using my iPhone 11 and I'm using the NDI plugin for Streamlabs. And we might get some stuttering and stuff like that because I didn't figure this out. So cool t-shirt. Yeah, this is Legion of Weirdos. Man, I don't know what happened. I think my camera's dead. I think my camera just completely fried out. So yeah, it's great to know how to do this stuff on your phone. How to fix the things. Okay. Next question. Blue RBLX. We're going to keep on moving. And I almost looked at that camera that's dead. We're going to keep on moving here. Blue RBLX. What video editor do you recommend with no watermark? My current editor is not working at the moment. Okay, so I can't switch my screens around. I can't do all that stuff here because it's not set up for it. So I recommend, there's a link down in the description. There's an app called Video Leap. No watermark. It's free to put in. They do have some upgrade features. If you want to upgrade, they're not going to force you into it. You can use everything for free, even up to 4K. No watermark, link down in the description below. John Pullum, what you got people laughing at here? Sorry for your loss. You and your camera family are in my thoughts. If we can have a moment of silence for this camera. This camera's been a trooper. That camera right there, the one that just went out on me, this thing has been around. It's a Canon D70, Canon D70. This thing has been around for quite some time. and normally, so the bottom row of LEDs I turn off when I do my live stream. So normally those are both lit up. And I almost feel like I'm cheating by not having that on. Let's see. Get that stuff on here. Bright purple. Is that right? It's good enough. There we go. Whoa. There we go. Now I'm talking. There we go. We're good now. Now let me slouch down a little bit in the chair. I just did the quickest little iPod or quickest little you got, man, I wish I could show you this. I have a switch pod, no joke. I have a switch pod with one, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of this. You guys are going to laugh. Hold on. You're going to laugh. This you have to see my set. I'm going to take a picture of this. Who's following me on Twitter?
Superchat.
Camera Fun, Adam's Exploit. Thank you. Who follows me on Twitter? Because I'm going to tweet a picture right now. I want you to see. So it's like on a little phone holder, and it's like partially on a little bag of milk tablets. And you got to see this. You absolutely have to see this. This is probably one of the most bootleg things I've ever done here. Hold on. Hold on. This is crazy. Yeah, you guys got to see this. I'm going to take a picture. Don't mind the mess. This is a studio. So I want you to notice that one of the legs is sitting on a phone mount here. So hold on. All right. So yeah, you know, I can probably just show you. Yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put this on Twitter. So hold on. Make sure I don't have like dirty underwear or something laying around out here. No. So this is the other side of the studio. So you guys see this when we live stream, but on the other side of the studio, we have we've got a shelf for gear and stuff to review and stuff like that. So I'm gonna post this on Twitter right now. Hold on. Into the Sarlacc, you made it. You made it. Yeah. So we're doing something a little bit different today. My camera died, just completely died on me. So hold on here. hold on here. The DSLR died mid live stream. Emergency live streaming setup. And I'm going to switch pod. Hold on. Switch pod's going to get tweeted on this one. Switch pod. Boom. All right. Let's upload this. The DSLR died mid live stream. Emergency live streaming setup. iPhone 11 Pro plus NDI. All right, so I'm putting this on Twitter right now. Run over to my Twitter and check this out. You're going to see how bootleg this is. So the right-hand side is on a bag of candy. Legit, it's on a bag of candy. And then the left one is, it's on a phone holder where you slide your phone down into it. It's the only thing I could do. This is classic. This is just as bootleg can be. I'm posting it right now. Hold on. This is great.
Superchat.
Stacy Morgan. Yep, time for new camera. My pitch in. Thank you. Yep, so we just posted it. There we go. The DSLR died mid live stream. Emergency live stream setup. Switch pod, iPhone 11 Pro plus NDI. There we go. Boom. Go check it out on Twitter. Give this some love. Give this tweet some love. Retweet this tweet. Retweet it. Oh, this is great. What happens when you need candy? Yeah, so here's what happens. If I need this candy, if I need this little sugar fix right here, I'm in a world of hurt. Then you're going to see this thing. I'm not even going to. So I didn't even like tighten all the ball heads down. So if I move this, the camera's going to like start swinging around. This was literally like as fast as I could put it together. But like Lovecraft Nook says, it works. It works. That's all that matters. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, Blue RBLX. Yeah, Video Leap for that. Download Video Leap and put it in. The next question. Garrett Pagel, sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly, says, how can I get more views to get my 4,000 hours of watch time? Okay, so get more views. One thing you could do is you could live stream. A live stream is a great way of building up watch time. Now, I don't know what size channel you have, but if you can just get a couple people in there and you can stream an hour here, 2 hours there, that sort of thing, that's going to build up watch time really fast. And remember, you also need 1,000 subscribers. Another thing you can do, make more videos. Make more content, upload more videos, get more views, get more watch time. Unfortunately, that's really the only way to do it unless you upload a video where you just knock it out of the park and you start getting tons of views, and that's going to add to watch time too. But live streaming is a great way to do that, and just upload more content. Make more content. More good content. I'm actually going to jump into the chat here for a second, see what you guys are saying. Thank you. Time for a new camera. Yeah, Stacy. Gear upgrade. The funny thing is, we have so much gear in here, but it was faster just to do it on my phone. Like I'm like I know the streaming setup. I know how to do this faster. It just hey Monica, how you doing? Sweet setup. Yeah, a little bit different today, and I'm actually surprised. It's doing a little bit of color shifting here because we have some different types of lights, but overall it's pretty good, minus some of the shifts. Just follow it on Twitter. Okay. Right on. That's a pretty cool tripod, TCAP Recipes 2.0. Yeah, that's called a switch pod. That's called a switch pod. Pat Flynn and Caleb Wojak created that. That's, if you're a vlogger, this thing is amazing. And unfortunately, and I do have a second one actually, but I'm not going to go get it because I'm not going to leave you guys again. You've been hanging out long enough. But it folds up. That's a little thing. It just folds up flat, and it's ergonomically made so it can hold in your hand. Really great for vlogging. I'm going to jump through the chat here. Yeah, Costume Co. says upload more often. Yep, upload more. Tech Nile says, do you know any mobile live streaming apps? Yeah, mobile live streaming apps. You have Prism Live Studio and you have Streamlabs. Those are probably the two that I recommend the most. But if you're on an iPhone, you can also check out something like Switcher Studio or Cinemaker. But if you're trying to game, You'll want to use Prism Live Studio and use their screen share feature, or use Streamlabs, or use something like Omelet Arcade or Mobizen Live.
Superchat.
Thank you, Uncle Eric. Maybe the camera just needs a wah dream. A what? A wee drum? Oh, it needs a drink. Yes. Yes. Glitter says, what is so good about VideoLeap? One, if you don't have a budget to pay for an app, VideoLeap's great for that. Two, if you're editing on iMovie, you're going to find that iMovie has a bunch of limitations, right? iMovie has a ton of limitations. VideoLeap removes all those limitations. It allows you to add multiple tracks. It has great graphics. It has text features. You can animate the text in and out. You can have the images come in and out. You have green screen. It does a lot of stuff that you can't do on iMovie. Check it out. It's free, right? If you don't like it, download it, check it out. If you don't like it, uninstall it. But because it is free, it's easy to check out. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? Yes, my camera. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, my camera caught the coronavirus. We have the first camera in recorded history who caught a novel virus, a novel virus. My camera caught the coronavirus. You heard it here first. I'll be on CNN tomorrow. All right? I didn't see it coming. The camera looked healthy. The camera said it was clean. I don't know. I didn't know the camera had been to Singapore. I had no idea what the camera was doing in Singapore. Then it got sick. Rip D's camera. Hey, Josephine, how you doing? Was it wearing a mask? No, but it was wearing a lens protector. I do have a lens protector on it, right? That screws onto the front. Jarrett says, should you live stream before you have an audience? Will it help you get an audience? Okay, that's a great question. It won't necessarily help you get an audience, but here's where live streaming helps you. One, you're going to have to learn your gear, and as you've seen, live breaks things. Like, you're going to have technical problems. You're going to have a lot of technical problems, right? The faster you learn how to deal with that stuff, the faster you learn how to fix things on the fly, the better off you're going to be. Secondly, it's going to make you a better communicator. When you start out, you're going to feel awkward. You're not, I really don't know what to say. How do I carry this? But over time, you're going to learn how to communicate. You're going to learn how to keep a conversation going in the chat. And that's really important, because when you do get an audience, it's very important that you don't have long, boring pauses or a lot of dead space, a lot of downtime. And I'm curious, for those of you who are in the chat right now, if you are live streaming, type in yes. If you're not currently live streaming, type in no. I'm curious to see. I know some of you are. I follow some of you guys and ladies. Roger, bubblegum and duct tape will fix anything. Yes. Yes. If you're currently live streaming, type in yes or no. Joe, brother, you really need to be live streaming. Oh, okay, so we got a good mix here. Actually, more of you are live streaming than I thought. That's good. Okay, so for all of you who say no, Andrew can, maybe. How's it going? Andrew, you missed, and Daniel, you missed my camera meltdown. My camera melted down, and I had to save the show with my iPhone. So we're streaming on an iPhone right now. So for those of you who don't live stream, if you can live stream, and I know it's terrifying to get started. You don't know what to say. What if nobody shows up? What if you say the wrong thing, right? There's a million reasons why people don't want to get started live streaming. But I promise you, once you work through the awkwardness, once you figure out how to do it, it is so rewarding. Those of you who are live streaming, do you find it rewarding? I find it very rewarding. Like, I can't wait to come in here on a Saturday or come in here on a Sunday and hit that go live button. I can't wait. It's so much fun. I was terrified at first, absolutely terrified. But now I find it very rewarding. And here's a little tip. If you don't know what to talk about, if you're thinking about, I don't know what I'm going to talk about when I live stream, take a piece of paper and just write down 5 things that you can talk about during your live stream. And I don't mean things that people are just going to say yes or no about. Write down 5 things that you want to talk about. It could be relevant to your channel, or it could be relevant to something that's going on, but something that you can at least carry a conversation with for a couple of minutes. And then think about this. You don't have to go live for a long time. Go live for 10 minutes. Go live for 15 minutes. You don't have to do a marathon live stream that lasts for an hour or something like that. But yeah, those little notes, right? 5 things to think about. And then that way, if your brain shuts off and you're worrying, you're like, oh, what am I going to talk about? My brain just stopped working. I don't know what I'm going to say. Christina Smallhorn, how you doing? The unfathomable of spirituality. How are you doing? Your form is a good one. Thank you. Right? If you think, I don't know what I'm going to say, that piece of paper there will save you. Now, Roger Wakefield, he's posted in here right now. This guy, I've watched him go from somebody who just come onto the platform, and now I would consider him an expert live streamer. His set, 10 out of 10. His presence in front of the camera, 10 out of 10, right? But it's a process that you got to work through. But, you know, it's, man, I know, Roger, you find it as rewarding as I do. Christina, hope you were doing well. You tweeted a photo for me, John? All right. Man, I can't believe my camera just burned out. That's crazy. All right, Dennis Vlogs. Question is there a date on when the editing app comes out? Are you talking about Video Leap again? Is there a date on when editing app comes out? So if you're talking about Video Leap on Android, I don't have a date yet. I only know that they're working on it. Believe me, when it's ready, when it's available on Android, I'll probably be the first or second person to make a video on it. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Believe me, you're going to know when that's available. I will jump. I will run and make that video. Jaden Gaming. How do I grow my channel? You grow your channel by uploading consistently. You grow your channel by making videos that people respond to. You grow your channel by making thumbnails that people click on, right? As a YouTuber, you want to upload content where people go, I need to watch that video. They click on the thumbnail and then they watch your video. I know that's simple, but if you can get people to click on your thumbnails, if you can get people to watch your videos, you will grow your channel. The trick is learning how to communicate with the camera, learning how to be an effective storyteller, be great at sharing a message. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to edit. You have to learn how to package that all up. And once you do that, and you can do that, you'll find that you're growing if you're making content that people resonate with. If you're helping people, you're solving problems, you're entertaining people. If you're giving them content that they want, you will grow. It's always about them. It's always, always, always about them. Now, there is a side to that where it's like, hey, I just want to make what I want to make. And you can do that. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You can do that. You can do whatever you want to do. It is your channel. You handle it however you want. You might get lucky. You might get lucky. You might be one of those people in that very small percentage there who can do anything they want and succeed on YouTube. Some people can do that. Most people can't. So if you find that trying to do it your way isn't getting you where you want to go, that's when you're going to have to come back around and say, well, doing it my way isn't exactly the same. Isn't exactly getting me where I want to go. So of the videos that I made, which one of these is getting traction? Which one of these are people resonating with? Which one of these gets the most watch time? Which one of these gets the most engagement? Which one of these brought the most subscribers? And then make more of those. So it's a choice.
Superchat.
Rock Climbing Grandma says 200 subscribers. Woo! And it's all my fault. Congratulations on your 200 subscriber milestone. Thanks for all your help. Live streaming from woods. Next step. That's awesome. Live streaming from the woods. I love it. Paul, have a good one, brother. Fly Ride. How you doing, man? D. Niman, are you scared of storms? Josephine, true story. No, I'm not afraid of storms. I would love to... I should have been a storm chaser. I'm fascinated by storms. I'm fascinated by tornadoes. I'm fascinated by hailstorms, lightning, all that stuff. And there was a point in my life where I actually considered trying to be a storm chaser. So no, I'm not. I love storms. But here's a little fact. Fun fact. My first memory of a child is of a storm, particularly of a tornado. There's a tornado that when I was a baby, when I was like 2 years old, there was a baby. When I was 2 years old, there was a baby. When I was 2 years old, there was a tornado in Ohio that leveled an entire city in Ohio. And we could see that happening from where we lived. And I remember I was 2 years old. My first memory is watching this huge tornado in the distance, just kind of like skipping up around, and it was just destroying the city. And that was my first memory. And oddly, I remember it in black and white. I don't remember it in color. I remember everything in black and white. So yeah, little tidbit there. Christina says, I had a tornado hit my house when it was 10 years ago. Really? Wow. You're lucky. You're lucky nobody got hurt there. Hey, Midnight Madness. How you doing, man? Sounds like the movie Twister. Yeah, first memory. Second memory. This is funny. My first memory is of a tornado in black and white. My second memory is I almost drowned when I was a baby. My parents took me to their friend's house and they had a swimming pool, and I legit almost drowned. I fell into the water, went down. I couldn't swim, and they had to rescue me out of the swimming pool. So I almost drowned. And that's my second memory. So first memory is a tornado. Second memory is legit almost drowning in a swimming pool. So good childhood. The Unfathomable of Spirituality, who says, how can I download music from my mobile device to put it into my video content with my mobile editing program? Can I manage to do so? You're on an Android? Yeah, so the Unfathomable of Spirituality, yes, but I need more information from you. So if you can email me or send me a DM on Instagram or on Twitter, let me know where you're getting the music source from, where you're trying to get the music. A lot of times with an Android, you can press and hold. Depending on the platform, you can press and hold, and it will give you an option to download the file. Then once you download the file, if you're using a video editing app that allows you to add your own music, then you can go in and you can find that file and then add it. So I need to know where you're getting the music from, and I need to know what your video editing app is, and then I can kind of walk you through how to do that. But yes, you can do it. Daniel says his third memory is a yellow brick road. No, but is Wizard of Oz not one of the best? I was terrified of the monkeys. I was absolutely terrified of those flying monkeys when I was a kid. Terrified. Send DM a DM. I felt the country song making. Yes. Send DM a DM. Riptide, super scary. Christina, boy, you're just getting all kinds of dangerous stuff going on there. Dude, the monkeys are scary, right? So here's a funny thing. So when Nick came over to Thailand, when he first came over to Thailand, I took him. We're in the southern Thailand. Went to the islands, right? We're island hopping. I hired a private boat to take us around, and we went to Monkey Island. And now Monkey Island is just packed with tourists. It's packed. You can't even go there without tons of people. But we were the only people there. It was like me and Nick, and we got on the island, and the boat people stayed in the boat. And there's an island full of monkeys, like little baby monkeys. And one of those monkeys came after Nick. It scared him. It was trying to jump on him. And that'd have been crazy if I'd have lost my brother to a monkey. Oh my God. That'd have been insane. Mom, got bad news for you. We lost Nick. We lost Nick to a monkey. And the crazy thing about monkeys is they don't come it starts with a monkey, and then there's a bunch of monkeys who come. They don't fight fair. All right, next question. Paradise Biker. Do you have any tips on what I can do for my first ever live, and how I can ask for super chat donations? I make motorcycle content within Jamaica. That's really cool. I was in Negril one time. 25 years ago, I think I was in Negril. I know it's changed a lot since then. But I have an audience outside the country. Any suggestion would be good, and Super Chat is not available in Jamaica. Okay, so if you cannot get Super Chat on your channel because of your location, well, first of all, hold on. You can't give a Super Chat, but I have to ask you, is your channel monetized? Your channel has to be monetized. You have to be inside. You have to be part of the YouTube Partner Program before you can be monetized. Once you're monetized, then you can accept Super Chats. And the fact that they don't have it in Jamaica, that just means that you can't give them. So I'm in Thailand, and I also can't give them. However, because I'm monetized, I can receive them. In terms of your first ever live, do a Q&A. Do a Q&A, question and answer. Just say, live Q&A. Schedule it like a day in advance or even 2 days in advance. Let people know that it's coming. Tweet about it. Share it out on Facebook. Hype it up a little bit. Let people know that you're going to do your first Q&A, and then do that, right? A Q&A is the best. People want to know, hey, what are you doing? What's your favorite bike? People are going to ask you questions. So do a Q&A. That's the easiest way to get into live streaming if it's your first one. But you do have to be monetized to accept Super Chats, not send them. You won't be able to send them in Jamaica until they activate it in Jamaica. Negril, Jamaica. Okay, you are monetized. Okay, so if you're monetized, then they can send you a Super Chat at will. One thing that I do is anytime somebody sends a super chat, I don't ask for super chats, right? I've never been one to ask for super chats, but it does cut people to the front of the line. So if somebody has a question and they want it answered, like, hey, I don't have time to put it in a form. I don't know if you're going to get to my question in the form. I'm going to drop a question with a super chat. So you can let them know that you're going to answer as many questions as possible. But if you leave a super chat, you're going to be guaranteed to see the question. So that's one way to do it. I mean, don't feel guilty about asking for something, but I just go live. Go live, do a Q&A. People might give a super chat. But if you see people saying things, I don't know what size your audience is, but if you see people saying things like, hey, you're not seeing my question, you can always let them know that, you know, hey, if you leave a super chat, I'll for sure I'm going to see your question because it's going to come up in a colored block. And Glue Guns and Roses brings up an interesting point. It says, do you have super chat enabled for your channel? You need to make sure that is enabled. Inside the new studio, man, I haven't looked for so long. I'm not sure how to tell you to get there, but go in there and dig around, look for monetization, and you might have to actually turn on super chats. I know if Andrew or Daniel are still in here, they can probably confirm that, but I haven't looked in so long. I don't want to give you the wrong answer there, but if you log into Josephine, behave. If you log into YouTube Studio, go down to monetization and look around, see if you can see anything for super chats. And if you need to activate it, go ahead and activate that. And do it now. Don't do it like the day of your live stream because it might, I don't know if it's going to take 24 hours or something like that. I have no idea. Glue Guns and Roses says you could also do the tip jar trick. Have someone come on and super chat you to get the people to follow the trend. Yeah, if you have a friend that can super chat, they could do that. Definitely. Good tips. Crowdsourcing this here. I love it. If you guys have any other tips for Paradise Biker for ways to get people to super chat, share them. Share them. Midnight Madness. No, Josephine does not ever behave, but I guarantee you that if you met her in person, she would probably be the most well-behaved person in the room. All right, next question. Fox Run Forge. How do I use more than one camera on an iPhone? You're on an Android. How to use more than one camera to live? Yeah, I need more information there. How to use more than one camera? Since you're using an iPhone or an Android, you need two cameras. You need two phones currently for an Android. You need two phones, record them, and then you're going to send your footage from one phone to another, and you're going to pull all that footage into your video editor. If that's not what you mean, if you're DSLRs or something like, you're still going to need two cameras. If you have an iPhone, one of the newer iPhones, you can use a new app called Double Take by Filmic Pro. It allows you to record on all the cameras at the same time. But you put down there an Android, so I don't have a solution for that. Josephine says, D knows me better than I want him to. Oh, man. All right, next question. From Wise Mind Films. Oops, hold on. We got a super chat here. A little super chat action. Chat. This is my notification of my question in the forum, but here's some M&M monies. I have noticed you guys haven't had any lately. Justin, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. No, we haven't. We've been weaning off of M&Ms. I've been bringing a little bag of nuts in here, and Nick hasn't been eating much in here, so we've been trying to cut back on like the Gatorades and the late night snacks because, you know, we're in here for 3 hours, 4 hours, and we're just like sugar and Gatorade, and you go home and you can't sleep and you just feel like garbage. So we've been cutting back on that a little bit. Trying to, I'm not going to say we're trying to get healthy. We should, but just trying to cut back during the live stream. So nuts, almonds and pecans and walnuts is what we're doing.
Super chat.
But thank you, Justin. Historian Wannabe, thank you so much, man. Is it okay to post 3-minute videos in between main videos? It may be years before I hit 10,000 subs for YT stories. Here's the thing. You can upload whatever you want. The key is if you're uploading a longer video, say you're uploading a 20-minute video, but people are only watching 2 minutes of that video, then you're wasting all the rest, right? So you need to go in and you need to look at your audience retention. You need to see how long people are watching your videos. And you might find that if you make shorter videos, people might watch that video longer, right? Or maybe people are watching your videos longer. You have a 15-minute video and people are, 60 or 70% of the people are watching that video to the end. That's really good. But yeah, test it out. You can test out some shorter videos, test out some longer videos, test it, see what works. Look at your audience retention, see where people are falling off, and you'll be able to see really fast. When I make this type of video, people don't watch it to the end. When I make this type of video, people watch it to the end. And this is all part of the process. You have to fine tune, you have to test to kind of find that sweet spot for your channel. So yeah, it's absolutely okay. Test it, see if it works. But again, if you're making 15 or 20 minute videos, but people are only watching 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes, you're kind of wasting the rest of it. So you got to know what's happening on your videos first. Mark Hasselbach says, what mic do you use? This is the Rode Procaster. This is the Rode Procaster microphone. Next question from Wise Mind Films says, what are good ways to build an audience that engages? I respond to all comments across social media platforms. When I do, I get them, but it doesn't seem to help me build much more of an audience engagement outside of that. I understand it takes time. I'm wondering if there's any other tips for this. Okay, so are you talking about YouTube specifically? One thing that you can do in YouTube to get audience engagement, actually, I'll give you a couple tips that you can do. First thing you need to do is you need to, Sweeney Dunson, are you sponsored by Rode? No, we're not sponsored by Rode. Rode has sent some gear. We've recently made some contacts with Rode, and they've been sending some gear, but we're not actually sponsored by Rode. We're just testing some stuff out, maybe make some videos and that sort of thing, but we're not actually sponsored by them. I would gladly welcome a Rode sponsorship for Nimin Live. That would be pretty dope. But I'm happy getting microphones, and they're sending some really cool stuff, so I'm pretty excited about that. So to answer your question, engagement, couple things that you can do. While you're making your video, include them, ask them questions. I like to use my video editing video, for example. So let's say I have how to edit video on an iPhone or an Android, right? And let's say I'm discussing a certain app. Let's say I'm talking about VideoLeap. Something that I'll say in the video, I might say, if I'm wanting to drive engagement, right? That's my goal. Okay, I want a lot of engagement here. I might say something in the video like, you know, if you're not using VideoLeap, go down and leave a comment. Let me know which video app you're using, or if you think that you have one that's better. If you have a better video editing app that you want me to check out, be sure to leave it in the comments down below. I do read every single question and comment, and I reply to as many of them as possible. When this video is over, I'm going to go down there and see which video editing app you think's the best. Right? I might say something like that if I'm trying to engage them, right? Trying to get them to leave comments. And people love to give you their opinions. So whenever I ask like that, people love to go down and do that. So you got to think it through. Like, okay, what kind of questions can I ask? You can even say things, you can say, you know, I think this is the best. If you think there's something else that's better, leave a comment and let me know. Let me know what you think is better, right? Think of ways to pull their opinion. Hey, Grabster, how you doing? Think of ways to get, you know, because people are watching. People want to give you an opinion. Invite them in. Give them a reason to give them an opinion. But here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to just say, hey, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. I would appreciate it. Because then things get awkward because they don't know what to say. They might just say, thanks, great video. But if you engage them first, you start that conversation first. Right? You ask them a question first, ask their opinion first. They're going to be more likely to leave a comment because they don't have to think about it. They don't have to think about what I'm going to say. They just want to give you their opinion. Now, the second thing you can do, once they actually go down and they start leaving comments, right? And I got this tip from Loria Petrucci from Live Streaming Pros. Once you have people, hey, Josephine Alabagba Vlog. Sorry, I just slaughtered your name there. It was moving up and I couldn't catch it fast enough. Once people are leaving comments, you can come back and answer their comments. You can say, oh, wow, great. Thanks for giving me your feedback. What part of the video is your favorite? Or what was your biggest takeaway out of my video? Find ways to ask another question based on the question that they asked. Right? Oh, wow, I love your username. What made you choose that username? Right? Get creative. Think of ways to ask a question after they've already asked you a question. Because for a lot of them, they're going to come back and leave another comment. And you can actually create multiple levels of responding, of responses by having that conversation like two real human beings actually would, right? So ask questions, get them engaged. Believe it or not, this actually works. It might take you a little bit of time to build up to it, but it works. And what you're going to find in the process is you're going to get to know a lot of the people that are who are leaving comments, right? When you start asking them questions and you get in their opinion, that's how you start building community, because you get to know them. They get to know you. You ask them questions, they reply. You say, oh, wow, I didn't know that, but now I know that about you. You start to learn things about those people, and you really start to build those relationships, and that starts to build that community up. But it starts by that one person. So that's a process. But that's it's work. You are going to put in a lot of work to do that. But if you want to build a community, that's part of what you have to do. Grabster says, I find that asking a yes or no question gets more responses because it doesn't require much thinking. Okay, so that's Grabster's tactic, and that's what works with his channel. And this is the important thing, and I'm glad that Grabster said this. It's because what works on my channel or Loria's channel might not work on your channel. Grabster says he gets the best results by asking yes or no answers. So if you're finding that people aren't leaving detailed comments, or when you ask them a question, maybe you need to simplify it and ask them yes or no answers. So these are things that you're going to have to test. What works for me doesn't work for Grabster, and vice versa. Glue Guns N' Roses says, I get the most comments when I say I don't know what something is called, or if I say I'm undecided on how to style something like decor in my room. Yes. So I have a video. I think I was teaching people how to make a Fortnite thumbnail, and I put action lines on the screen, right? Those anime action lines, and I really didn't know what they were called, and I couldn't be bothered to look it up because I didn't care, right? But I mentioned in the video that I don't know what these things are called. Let me know in the comments. The majority of my comments are people telling me what those things are called. Another thing you can do is make a mistake. Mistakes will drive comments. If you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or put a blooper in the middle of your video, or people leave comments on that stuff. So get creative. People will leave those comments. Alrighty. And I hope that answers your question. Let me see if you had a second part. Okay, nope, you didn't. So yeah, engagement, that's how you do it. And make sure you answer everybody. And if you can't answer them because you're in a hurry, at the very least, give them a heart. Vlogger Tom, who says, how is someone able to tell if their thumbnails are working for their video? Okay, so I don't know if you have access to a computer or not. So you say if you have an Android. So currently this is not available on Android, but if you do have access to a computer, or you want to put your browser on your phone in desktop mode and go into YouTube Studio, you can go into the video, then go into Analytics, and then go into Reach, and you want to look at something called audience or click-through impressions. Impressions click-through rate, or CTR. That CTR is going to give you a percentage of how well your thumbnails perform. So for example, you're going to see impressions, then you're going to see CTR, right? So let's say your impressions are 1,000. That means your thumbnail has been shown to 1,000 people. And if your click-through rate is 5%, it means out of those 1,000 people who saw it, 5% of those people clicked on your thumbnail. Now, YouTube says the average CTR is between 2% and 10%. But here's the thing. A lot of this also depends on your impressions. So the higher your impressions go, there's a good chance that your CTR could go lower, because the more people they show it to, the more groups of people that they find to show your video to, your CTR might drop because less people might become interested as YouTube tries to show it out to more people. So if you're getting a ton of impressions and you notice you have a low CTR, that actually might be okay. So you got to kind of look at all of this with a grain of salt and see what's happening with your video as a whole. Andrew Can is back in the house. Andrew says, for me, I find people tend to comment even if I answer their questions in the video. There you go. Yeah. So there's a funny thing for me. And Andrew, you're probably the exact same way. So I can legit answer a question. All right. I can say this. I can make a video called "The Best Video Editing App for Android." That could be my title. The best video editing app for Android. And I guarantee you, there'll be at least 10 people who ask a question in the comments that say, "Hey D, I've got an Android. What's the best video editing app?" And it happens. Stuff drives you crazy. Drive you insane. The Stig's Russian cousin. How do you add a YouTube watermark channel branding for your channel on Android? I've got a video coming for that, but I can just walk you through it real quick. You can try different browsers, But the goal is you got to put your browser in desktop mode. Then you need to log into YouTube. Make sure that's in desktop mode. And they might put you in this weird loop depending on the browser that you're in. But the goal is by choosing desktop mode, you need to get inside of YouTube Studio in desktop mode, not mobile mode, right? You don't want to be forwarded over to the YouTube app. So you need to land inside YouTube Studio in desktop mode. The browser has to be in desktop mode. YouTube has to be in desktop mode. Then you want to go all the way down to the bottom on the left-hand side, look for a little gear icon. Tap on that gear icon, and I believe it's called advanced or possibly like channel branding. I forget what the wording is, but it's like the second or third option down. And then you go over to, I believe, to advanced. It's somewhere around there, and then you're going to see the watermark option. Andrew might be able to tell you exactly where it is. I'm doing it from memory. Oh, he already did. There it is. Andrew can drop the link. I was trying to do it from memory, but you got to go in that way. But the trick is you have to get your browser in desktop mode and go into YouTube Studio that way. And that can be more difficult than you think, depending on the type of browser that you're using. Andrew says just click the link that Andrew dropped in the chat. I'm clicking the link. Yep, there it is. So channel and then branding. Boom. Thank you, Andrew. Perfect. You just saved me a whole bunch of time. Andrew Can's all over it. But it is tricky on a phone. It's very tricky on the phone. Doing things like claiming a custom URL, that can be tricky on a phone. Adding the branding, that can be tricky on a phone. The phones make it really difficult. But I will say this, for iPhone, for a lot of people now, the latest YT Studio app does show your click-through rate. Android apparently doesn't have it, but they probably will have it too. And TubeBuddy will probably have that in the future as well. All right, next question. Vlogger Tom, did I answer this? Okay, yeah, I did. So I hope that helps you, Vlogger Tom. Next question, G. Michael Jr. On the sub for sub topic. I know you can block comments and or report them as spam. Can you block those folks from being a subscriber? As far as I know, no, you cannot block them from being a subscriber. You can just hide them from the channel. When you hide them from a channel, it throws them into the abyss. You won't see them anymore, and they don't know that they're hidden. TechNile, how you doing? I forgot the name of the stream app. Man. Prism Live Studio, Streamlabs, Mobies and Live, DU Recorder. Check those out. This, by the way, this will be available on the replay. So when you got the notification in your email, go back and tap on that. Once this is finished, you can go back and find everything that I'm saying. Next question from Jaden Garden, who says, does COPPA affect kids? Look, if you have a children's channel, if you are making content for people who are under the age of 13, they've already made the changes for you. But here's the thing, you have to either mark your channel or mark individual videos that it's either for kids or it's not for kids. COPPA affects everyone on the platform, but the channels, the videos that are made for kids, those are the ones that are going to get affected. But everybody takes a hit on that. Yeah, Sweeney Dunstan clarifies here too. It says, also when you hide someone from your channel, you and the other viewers will no longer see that person's comment. Right, exactly. Like nobody's going to see them anymore. They're thrown into the abyss. Glitter Blossom 17 Builds, who says, when is Video Leap coming from Android and why is it so good? All right, I already gave you that one, why I think it's so good. It is coming for Android soon. I don't have a date. Good. It just, man, it gives you lots of layers. They have some cool effects. It's easy. It renders fast. It's incredibly intuitive. Once you use it for a while, if you're using iMovie, you're going to move over. Next question from Suradras YT, who says, why am I not getting views on my channel? There could be a lot of reasons, but let me look at your channel really fast here. Let's look. You are not getting views on your channel because okay, first of all, you have 3 videos. Welcome to YouTube, by the way. You're just getting started, and you're gaming. You're doing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you're a gaming channel, so your growth is probably going to be slow. You're going to have to put in a lot of work. You're going to have to find a way to stand out on the platform as a gamer. If you're doing everything exactly the same way that all the other gamers are doing, you're going to get lost in the sea of gamers playing Modern Warfare. Now, the second thing that I recommend is you need to watch as many tutorials as possible so that you can learn how to make thumbnails. You need help in the thumbnail department. Once you get your thumbnails together, come back and see me, and then we'll work on your titles. But you got to keep in mind that you are in a very competitive niche playing that game. There are millions of people playing games, so you're going to have to think of a way to stand out, be different, or be the best gamer. You either need to be able to beat everybody, or you need to stand out, find a way to stand out, or find a way to educate people on the game. Oh, Josephine, that's right. You have a fever. Get well soon. I forgot about that. I hope it's not the coronavirus. You know, it starts with a fever. Fever, runny nose, headaches. And then you can't breathe. Next thing you know, you're in the hospital, mask, all that stuff. You're on the news, CNN. Second case in Belgium. Sweeney Dunson says, D. Nimmin, is that bad that I'm using both my phone and my tablet as some ambient lighting while I watch this stream? No, that's actually great. Good for you. Saggy DK, wow, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. You're down with the flu over here, too. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, right now is flu season, so having coronavirus on top of the flu coming in, terrible timing. And I've read a lot about how a lot of people are being misdiagnosed. They're letting them go with the flu. They're letting them go with the flu, and they might actually have coronavirus. So my girlfriend's brother, and my girlfriend's Chinese, and he's in China. My girlfriend's brother is actually quarantined right now. They're testing him for coronavirus. In China, they're doing at a certain they've got different levels of illness and different levels of quarantine and that sort of thing based on your illness. But they've tested him multiple times now, and I believe he has a week left in quarantine. But some people, it can take 3, 4, or 5 different tests before they show positive for the coronavirus. So, yeah, we'll see. Ice Gorilla, how to make an effective PUBG thumbnail on Android. It's funny you should ask that. I have a video on my channel that I made with Grabster, who's in the chat right now. Grabster, if you want to grab a link to the video that you and I did together where we show them how to make a PUBG thumbnail on Android, feel free to drop that in the chat. I don't think I have that linked up here. I don't think. Let me double check here. Links, chat. Let me double check. I have a game thumbnail. I don't know if this one is PUBG or Fortnite, so I apologize if it's not the one you want, but Grabster will probably come in and drop that link. We have a video. There it goes. So Grabster, okay, mine was a Fortnite. Grabster just dropped a link to the for the one with PUBG. Thank you, Andrew. Much appreciated. Andrew's on it today. Andrew's on fire today. I love it. Next question. Fox Run Forge again. How did you fix the issue with the dead camera without losing the stream? Now that's the question. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I'm using Streamlabs OBS, aka Slobs. I have a DSLR camera right here. That's the one that died. Okay, it was a Canon D70. It's running a cable. It's USB, and it's running into a PC. 50mm lens. Not that matters, right? And that's what how I was getting that main shot. I already had plugged in. It's a plug-in inside of Streamlabs. It's called NDI, New Tech NDI. I'm sorry, it's an NDI plugin inside of Streamlabs. That's free to put into Streamlabs. Now on my phone, I paid for a plug-in. It was a couple of dollars called New Tech NDI. I already had that on my iPhone because sometimes Nick and I during Nimmin Live, we will do the phone shot and we'll look around the studio and that sort of thing. So I already had that on my phone. I already had it in Streamlabs and I already had a scene set up for it so I could switch over to it. So once I realized the camera was no longer going to work, I grabbed my phone, I grabbed a tripod, I activated New Tech NDI, and I put it on the scene, and that's what you see right now. So we're doing this with the iPhone right now. Now, I can still switch. I can still go here. I can still do this. Right? I can still do that. I could still do the meme of the week. I could still do that, which I didn't add a new one this week because I forgot about it. Right? I could still do that. I can still do all the things. I just any scene that has that camera on it, I can't use that one. So Zortek says, how can you connect a phone camera to OBS? Zortek, it's called NDI. And I don't know the app to do this on Android, but inside of OBS, you're going to have to look for a plugin called like the letters NDI. That's the plugin. It's free that you can install it into OBS. And you're going to have to go into the Play Store and look for an NDI app for your Android. And then you just turn it on and it will connect. Now, here's the thing. If you have an external microphone like this, and you turn on your NDI and you have the audio also turned on inside the app, you're going to get delay. So you need to make sure to turn off the microphone in the app if you also have an external microphone that you're live streaming with. Model Chicky Luxury for Less says, hey, D, I asked like 4 questions already and you have not answered any. I even stayed during the frozen moments. What gives? I haven't seen any of your questions in the form. So in case you are new to the live stream, I have a link in the description below. That's where that's like if you want me to answer your question, you put your question in the form down below. It's down in the description. The questions that I pull out of the chat, those are just kind of random because the chat moves quickly and I can't see them all. So I randomly pull them out of the chat, but I pull all of them out of the form down below. So if you were asking questions in the chat and I was trying to fix my camera, I didn't see them. Those things are long gone. If you put them in the form and I haven't answered it yet, they'll probably come up next because there's just a couple left. Daniel says, I use NDI for connecting multiple computer systems when I stream. It allows me to connect all the monitors. Yeah, there you go. NDI is a powerful, powerful thing. Roger says, I never saw them on here, but I'm just a plumber. Oh, Roger, I love you, man. All right. So Fox Run Forge, I hope that answers your question. I was kind of prepared. I didn't know that was going to happen, but we were prepared for that. So when I knew the camera was just lost, I knew how I was going to get up and run with this. All right. Elite Force. I have an app called X Recorder. It splits the video after 27 minutes. Any recommendations for a new screen recorder app? Yes, I would use either Mobizen Screen Recorder or AZ Recorder. Those are the two that I use, Mobizen or AZ. I have videos for both of them on my channel. Next question. Wolf Girl Fire says, what apps are good for gaming on an Android phone? I would look at Streamlabs. I would look at Prism Live Studio and use their screen share option. I would look at Omelette Arcade. I would look at Mobizen Live. I would use those. If there's any gamers in here on Android who would like to recommend other gaming apps that I didn't mention, please feel free to add them in the chat. Be prepared. That's right, Samuel. Be prepared. Always prepared, right? You got to be prepared for this stuff. And if this would have went down, who remembers we had a stream completely go offline here, and we ended up taking it over to Twitter. Do you guys remember that? Everything just like completely crashed here. We couldn't get back up and running, so we just moved the entire party went over to Twitter. Good times. You can't let it would have to be a complete catastrophe of gear in order to stop streaming. All else fails. Everything would have to fail to stop the stream. Party's got to keep going, man. The show must go on. The show must go on. And I'll tell you this, if you're live streaming, the more things break during a live stream, the better you get at fixing it and the faster you can fix it. So then when it starts to happen, you don't panic. And you saw, we lost a couple of people, but most people hung out, which was really cool. Thank you for hanging out during the technical difficulties. First 1,000 hours. How you doing? Nice to see you in here. You get really good at fixing stuff. Grabster says, I cannot wait to drop a video on recording internal audio on Android. I found the ultimate way to do it without a PC or root. What? Yeah, Grabster, so I'm going to watch your video, and then I'm going to make a video. Grabster, that'll actually probably do really well. People are looking for that solution. Let me know when you make that video, Grabster, so I can share it on my community feed, and I can share it on Twitter and let people know, because I'm hounded constantly for that. I'm happy to share that out. Never let me see you sweat. There you go. That's right. Got to be prepared. Patman27 News, who says, I'm thinking of getting a Stream Deck. Should I? Yes, I think you should. The Stream Deck is awesome. And for those of you who don't know what Stream Deck is this right here. And I'm not going to move my camera. Stream Deck, I could move the Stream Deck though. Stream Deck is this. And you can program every one of these to do something different. So if I press this one right here, it's going to go to my Be Right Back scene, which is this. Right? It's going to go there. I have my intro starting scene there, right? I've got my meme thing, right? So you can set a different scene or sound effects. So if I want to add a sound effect, all these down here in blue, which I don't know if you can really see these or not. So I can have right, sound effects. Right, you build all of this into here. Or
Superchat.
Roger loves a Stream Deck. Yeah, this is the XL. So they have I've got the small one over here. I can't reach it. So they have a smaller Stream Deck and they have the Stream Deck XL. If you want to do a lot of things and you have the budget, I recommend getting the XL. I'm so glad we made this investment here because you can add, it's double the amount of keys, so you don't have to go into deeper folders. But if you find that you're just doing basic editing and you don't want to do a bunch of stuff in the normal Stream Deck, they actually even make a Stream Deck Mini. So the Stream Deck Mini, the Stream Deck, and the Stream Deck XL. So you can get the one that's based on your needs. But yeah, this thing is great. And it works with OBS, it works with Streamlabs, it works with a lot of the streaming apps. All right, next question. Patman27 News, did I answer that? Oh, yeah. Stream Deck. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Okay, Flaw Power. I need to check my battery, guys. Hold on one second. I don't want this thing to get dead on me. Wow. Go iPhone 11. So I'm using the iPhone 11 Pro, and my battery has barely moved. We've been streaming for probably an hour on this thing. Hasn't even moved. Go iPhone. Can you use multiple Stream Decks? Yes, you can, Roger. So if you want to use multiple Stream Decks, here's the trick. So if you have a PC, if you have a USB port in the front and you have one in the back, right? Each one of those port areas is called a root, a USB root. So the USB portion in the front or the top, that's one root. The ones in the back, that's another USB root. You want to plug them into two separate roots. Now unless they've updated that. I know when they first allowed you to use two Stream Decks at once, you had to use two different USB areas. You could not plug them side by each in the same USB root. So if you put them both in the front, it didn't work. You put them both in the back, it didn't work. Put one in the front, one in the back, and they worked. Now they may have updated this, I don't know, but at the time when they first announced it, you had to put them in both places. Martin Clarvin says, I think that's cool, so advanced. Man, it makes a huge difference. This makes streaming so easy, so convenient. You don't have to get the big one, but I do recommend if you're using OBS or Streamlabs, you can get the mini. You can get the small one. Here's another cool thing. They also have an app, the Streamlabs remote control app that you can put in your phone. That's actually free, I think, or it used to be free. I don't know. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's this. Not so many keys, but it's a handful of keys, and it's an app on your phone, so you can just program everything on your phone. I think it's free. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong on that. It used to be free. I know sometimes they swap that stuff out. Yeah, it works for other applications as well, Tim. That's a great point. So you can also build it. You can do it beyond live streaming. So I can program this to say this button opens Photoshop. This button will do another action inside of Photoshop. This will take a screen capture of my entire screen. This opens up Final Cut Pro, right? You can program basically shortcuts for your computer. In a nutshell, this creates shortcuts. Tim, it is free. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I haven't looked at that in a while. All right. Flaw Power. I'm looking for a good editing app which I can use green screen background effects on an Android. KineMaster. Check out KineMaster or check out Power Director. They're probably the best for green screen on Android.
Super Chat.
First 1,000 hours. Thank you, my man. Says right now I've used my keyboard for controls on slobs. This helps me switch scenes without looking at my screen. Maybe later I'll get a stream deck. It's the exact same thing, right? You've created the shortcuts in your keyboard. That's exactly what this thing does. It's just easier to do it. Well, maybe not for you because you know how to do it, but like if people don't know how to create those shortcuts on their keyboard, this does it automatically. So yeah, man, if that works for you on your keyboard, you don't need it. But one thing that is a bonus, if you run out of shortcuts, this doesn't run out. I can create folders inside of folders here and just I can continue to go layers deep on that. And if you have different, like we have a scene, we have a build for Niman Live on Saturday, and then I have my own build for Sunday. So this completely switches, all the images switch and everything. So that's kind of cool. But it's basically the same thing, just more advanced. Let's see here. 6. Paint and Sound says, is there an editing app that works simultaneously with both smartphone and PC? Adobe Premiere Rush. Adobe Premiere Rush will work on both. In fact, you can start it on your iPhone or your tablet, and you can, if you're using their cloud, and you can open up Rush on your computer, and it will just transfer data back and forth. So you can start on one device and then move it over to the other device. But you got to use their cloud service for that. If there are other apps that do that, I'm not. As far as I know, Adobe Premiere Rush is the only one that can do that. If you guys know in the chat of another app that will do that, please let me know. Oh, yeah, Andrew Can says, I love Rush. I'm making more tutorials for that now. Yeah, Andrew has some tutorials on his channel, at least one, maybe more, on Adobe Rush. Great app. If you're already into the Adobe products, fantastic app. Next question comes from Paint and Sound again. Okay, already answered that one. That was just a duplicate. Next question comes from Flaw Power once again. How can I preset thumbnail in other settings like tags and Streamlabs before I start the stream? So the problem with Streamlabs currently, the problem with most of the video editing apps, or I'm sorry, the video live streaming apps, is you cannot add your thumbnail before you go live. You have to add your thumbnail after you go live. Now, I'm working with a couple of app companies right now, some of the live streaming apps, and I'm trying to help them get better and stuff like that. And one of the things that I'm pushing for is for them to add, because as far as I understand, it is part of the YouTube API that they allow them to add that. They're just not adding it because their programmers are not YouTubers. So hopefully in the future, you're going to start seeing it where you can add the thumbnail up front. But currently a lot of them don't, especially with Streamlabs. I think the actual YouTube app itself, you can. If you're live streaming to the YouTube app, you can. But the third-party apps, I'm not aware of any that actually do have it now. You do it afterwards, after the app is after the live stream is finished. Before in StreamYard, right? StreamYard's the desktop version. They're talking about the app, the Streamlabs app. Yeah, on a phone. If you're doing it on a desktop, completely different experience. You can do all of that inside of YouTube, inside of StreamYard. You can do all of that on the desktop. But for the mobile apps, they don't have that right now. Let's see here. Next question. Dom's Whiskey. Does Stream Deck work for StreamYard? I have not been able to get this to work yet, because that doesn't mean it doesn't. I just haven't spent a lot of time figuring it out, because when you use StreamYard, you have to choose your camera source, and it just locks that one camera source in. If anybody in here is using StreamYard and you've been able to use Stream Deck to actually do camera switching and stuff like that, please speak up now. Now, I know you can, like if you want to add sound effects and that sort of thing, and you have it routed correctly through a mixer and all that, you can use it for audio. But in terms of camera switching, I haven't looked into it yet. So I'm not going to say you can't, but my gut instinct is currently you cannot. But they're adding tons of features there fast, so maybe they'll add that in the future. And if somebody knows differently, please let me know. All right. So that concludes. Actually, you know what? That doesn't conclude. I want to say this. So how many of you in the chat right now, it actually doesn't conclude. I don't know what I'm talking about. I ain't concluding anything. Settle down. How many of you, hey, Magic Prepper, how many of you are into music? How many of you are, if you like music and if you're always looking for the best music for your YouTube videos, say yes. If you add music to your videos, you're always looking for the best music to add to your videos, type in yes. Right? Not just music in general. Everybody loves music in general. But like if you're always looking for like, man, I just want the best tracks for my YouTube videos or for my TikTok videos or for my whatever, my live streams, I'm looking for the best music. If that's you, I got something coming here. So if that's you, if you are looking for the best music for your YouTube videos, I am starting a second channel where I'm going to help you get the best music for your YouTube videos. And this is it right here. There's no videos there yet. The videos are coming. I'm working on it right now. I've still got to do the channel art and all that stuff. But I'm just dropping it in the chat. I'm going to drop it one more time. So if you want, basically, I'm curating the music. I'm finding the best music for you guys to use for your YouTube videos. I'm looking at Epidemic Sound, Music Bed, Soundstripe, YouTube Audio Library. I'm finding all the stuff, curating all the stuff, finding the best tracks, breaking them down by niche, right? The best blues, the best trap, the best this, the best that. And I'm going to put it on this channel for you guys to find. So if that's what you're into, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. That's going to be coming really soon. I got the design stuff coming here soon. So yeah, so this, a Grabster. Yeah, I got you, man. In case you're wondering, in case you're like, hey, I'm already subscribed, this was my test channel. This was the D. Nimmin test channel where I tested all of my apps and stuff like that. So if you already subscribed, that's why. And I just missed a super chat.
Super Chat.
Paintings by Justin. Would love to talk or consult sometime. I've been getting a solid 2,000 new subs per month. That's great. And I would like to talk about ways to increase it. Okay. We might be able to do that. Send me a message, send me an email, DM somewhere. I need some more information. Need to look at your channel, see what's going on, see if it's something I can actually help you with based on where you're at on your journey. I'm active on Twitter. You can send me a DM on wherever you send me a DM. Let me know that it's you from the live stream because my DMs just get pummeled full of people and it's hard for me to know who's who, especially if you're using a different username. So shoot me a message somewhere there and let's talk about it. Where's the link? Okay, I'm dropping the link one more time. Charming Guru, this link right there. It's called Creator Beats. There's nothing on there yet, but there's going to be stuff coming soon. I'm working it all out. I'm curating the best music for you guys to use on your social media platform. Roger says 67 people and 37 likes. What's up? What? I got 95 likes on here, I think. All right, guys. So thank you so much. I do apologize for that little technical mishap where my camera caught the coronavirus and completely had a meltdown over here. Go iPhone for saving the day. I love it. Thanks for everybody who hung out. Thanks for the excellent questions. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for all of you who are coming over to subscribe on the new channel, Creator Beats. This is going to be a fun one. So I'm going to do. I'm going to curate the music. But I'm also going to do live streams over there where I kind of like DJ the music as well. So that's going to be fun. This is I love music. And I'm really excited to get that channel going because I just can't think of anything funner than looking for my research is going to be music. So I'm fired up about that. So awesome, DJ. DJ, right? I'm changing the name. DJ. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed yourself, give this a thumbs up. Again, thank you for everyone who shared this out on social media. I will be coming back and retweeting and hearting and thanking you and all that stuff. Thank you, all the channel members. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on the community feed. Thank you guys so much, man. I'm amazed that so many of you stuck around during that technical mishap. That was really cool of you. You didn't have to, and you did, and I love you for it. So I will see you next Saturday on Nimmin Live, next Sunday on my channel. Have an awesome week. Don't catch the flu. Don't catch coronavirus. I know that stuff is going around. So stay healthy. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. All right, so we're back. So first of all, Justin, what was your question, brother? Let me answer your question real quick. I think I answered it, but Justin, if you're still in here, go ahead and answer that question. And we're gonna find out for this ending here. And do I have a drum roll? I don't have a drum roll. I have a dream harp. I remember when I was a child and I saw the tornado. First memory as a child. How weird is that? Eros, we're also going to find out. So you saw my Twitter picture of what I've got set up here. So if you didn't see that on Twitter yet, go over and see that. Here's a picture of the improvised rig that I have. And it's on a bag of candy. And I'm going to remove that bag of candy. And we're going to see if this whole thing falls down. Because it might. It might knock this whole thing out of whack. So, Justin, if you're still in here, man, ask your question. I'm waiting on you, Justin. And then I'm going to move this bag to see if this whole thing falls apart. This is like a Tetris. This is like playing a game of Tetris here. D. Nimmin, you didn't see my meme in your post? No, I haven't checked Twitter yet. I'll be on Twitter afterwards. I just posted this picture of the chaos that's sitting on this. This whole thing is like, it's on a phone holder and a bag of candy. I think Justin's gone there. Paint and sound, yes, we're live again. Sometimes we do these Marvel endings, paint and sound. Sometimes being gone is, sometimes we come back. We're never really gone. All right, I think Justin, I think he took off. All right, so I'm going to remove this bag of candy. Do you guys remember, I don't know how old some of you guys are, but do you remember playing, hey, Ricardo Valdez, do you remember playing Operation as a kid? The little tweezers in the game with the metal thing. You remember that? God, I was terrible at that game. All right, so I'm going to try to move this bag here. And hopefully, this whole thing does not fall apart. Whoop. Whoa. Boom. Got it. Got it right there. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'm out. I got to eat this candy.